What's up everybody, the Blue Fang here, and today I'm back starting yet a new what if, which will be on what I think would happen on what if Nagato adopted Naruto. So basically this what if I hope would go well on my channel, since if it will go well, I'll put it out more actively. And for that to happen, I'll put a like goal on this video, and that would be 50 likes for another part if you enjoy it. Another thing is, thank you so much for 800 subscribers guys. Because oh man, we're growing so fast. I can't believe we made it to this goal. I just love all the support. I love it when you guys hit the like goals. It just means a lot to me. And I'll get into the background affairs soon, but before that, subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, and turn on bell notifications. So with no further ado, let's get into the video. So the way this what if is going to go on is that in this timeline, Jiraiya basically took Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan in to take care of them, also seeing that Nagato could be a great leaf ninja and to monitor him more, since he still believed that Nagato was the child of the prophecy. The orphans also got accepted by the third Hokage to move into the village. So in the Leaf Village, Nagato is kind of seen as a god since of his Rinnegan, and people believed that he could become a great Hokage if he wanted to become a Hokage. But since of Nagato's shyness, he really didn't accept all of that, but isolated himself from the villagers, still grieving of his parents' death. But like in the original, Jiraiya, Yahiko, and Konan comfort him, and they train together, becoming a mini squad. Nagato also becomes more confident. When he was younger, he's like all shy, but now as he grows up, he's becoming more confident. Years go past with Nagato training his Rinnegan more, mastering all 5 nature types, learning how to use the Deva Path and learning how to use the Praetor Path. So push and pull of the Deva Path and absorbing chakra of the Praetor Path. He does all this training with Jiraiya, and since Jiraiya was too caught up with Nagato, he didn't leave the village just yet. Eventually, Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan become Jonins, and Nagato actually becomes good friends with Minato and Kushina when visiting Jiraiya, because usually Jiraiya trains with Minato since Minato's in his team, so Nagato just visits them a lot, just to check how Jiraiya is going, and then he becomes friends with Minato and Kushina. They become really close together, and another thing is, Kushina and Nagato are both from the same clan and can really relate together. More time passes, and like in the original, the Nine Tails attack happens, with Minato and Kushina sharing the same fate they had in canon. Right before the attack happened though, Nagato was heading out of the village with both Yahiko and Konan, hoping they could finally start their own thing, like an organization, so they can help the Rain Village become more peaceful. As they walk, the Kyuubi is shortly awakened and causes terror in the village. Nagato hears the Kyuubi and goes back into the village to try to help, but it's too late. As he arrives, he sees Minato and Kushina dead, with Naruto crying helplessly on the ground after getting the Nine Tails sealed inside of him. Nagato was the first to see this, and he holds Naruto in his clutches, waiting for other shinobi to come. While in Nagato's hands, Naruto just quiets down from crying and feels actually relaxed. Hiruzen arrives at the scene with multiple ninjas by his side, while saddened by the fact that the village had just lost the 4th Hokage. Tears fall from Nagato's eyes, remembering this feeling from the time he saw his parents die. He turns to Hiruzen. Does he have any more relatives that could take care of him? Tears still stream down from Nagato while he awaits for his answer. No, sadly he doesn't. Nagato nods his head, slowly and calmly. I'll take him in then. I'm the only one who could do that. I can't let him have the same feeling of loneliness that I had years ago before I met Jiraiya. Hiruzen accepts what Nagato says and allows him to adopt Naruto. He also says that with Nagato's Rinnegan, he can be able to take care of Naruto more carefully since it could control tailed beasts. Hiruzen also brings up that Nagato should become the Hokage since he's the best choice and also is the strongest in the village at the moment, and since he has mastered all of his Rinnegan abilities at this point of time. Nagato takes some time to think about this offer. He wonders about what's gonna happen in the Rain Village, but then he comes to a conclusion, which is that Yahiko and Konan have the potential of sorting out the Rain Village problem by themselves, since they're making an organization. Alright, I'll do it. A small smile appears on Hiruzen's face and he now knows that Nagato might has a chance to surpass the past Hokages. After that, Hiruzen goes to tell Danzo and the elders about Nagato becoming Hokage. Danzo begins to disagree since he doesn't like the idea of an outsider becoming Konoha's leader. Then he stops and thinks of an idea, an evil one too. If Nagato's Hokage, he would be more closer to the Rinnegan, and if he's more closer to the Rinnegan, then there's power right there waiting for it to be taken by him. He walks over to the elders since they're about to say no too, and he tells them about the plan. They all agree, and Hiruzen nods his head, but he feels like something is going on, since it's not like Danzo to let something like this happen so easily. Either way, he just goes back to see Nagato to tell him about the news. Meanwhile, Danzo knows that he has to wait years until he gets Nagato's full trust, then use the option of taking what he needs. The aftermath of the Ninetales attack leaves Nagato to become Hokage, also with him mourning over his friends' deaths. He also says his goodbyes to Yahiko and Konan as they head off back to the Rain Village to set things right. We cut many years later with Naruto already in the academy. So Naruto in this story is a bit different since he really didn't have a sad childhood, except everyone was nice to him and wanted to be friends with Naruto, since he was the Hokage's adopted son. And another thing is that if they would say anything bad to Naruto, then they would predict that they're gonna face the wrath of Nagato's Rinnegan. They also think Naruto could become really strong because they've heard stories on the Rinnegan that could control and tame tailed beasts. So they think Naruto is like one of those Jinchuriki who will become really strong and become a perfect Jinchuriki early. We cut to a time Naruto decides to ask Nagato on what happened to his parents and what those special eyes that Nagato has means. Nagato just decides to tell Naruto about his past since there's no reason for him to hide it and that Naruto is almost about to finish graduating from the academy, so he should know now. First, he begins with the story on a person named Jiraiya, with how Jiraiya found him and took him to the Leaf. He continues on to say how he was really good friends with his parents, then went on to explain about the Ninetales attack and how the Kyuubi is right now in Naruto. Nagato also added a part on how the 4th Hokage is Naruto's biological dad. Naruto's eyes go wide in amazement hearing Nagato's story. He then processes all of the information in and comes to a conclusion on that he now wants to continue his father's legacy to become a Hokage. Nagato walks up to Naruto and puts his hands on his shoulder. Alright, but don't tell anybody that I told you all of this information. Naruto nods his head. Now let's go train. You have a graduation exam, don't you? Naruto and Nagato go outside and train together. They mostly focus on Naruto's chakra control, and another thing they're hoping for is to find Naruto's chakra nature and control it. They do this every day until the graduation exams start. Eventually, Naruto passes the exam super easily since of Nagato's training and his own determination. He finally becomes a Genin, and now all he needs to work on is his jutsu training. Now you guys may be wondering on what's going on with Sasuke and the Uchiha clan. Well, the Uchiha clan massacre never happened in this timeline. It didn't because Nagato as Hokage wouldn't allow the clan to be slaughtered. He wouldn't follow Danzo's plan, and if Danzo would have tried something evil, he would know that Nagato would take him down easily. Because at this point of time, Nagato already had full control over his Rinnegan. So the Uchiha clan massacre was never a thing, and Sasuke didn't become some emo kid. But Shisui's death still happened sadly, with nobody knowing what happened to him except Danzo. So Itachi still has his Mangekyo Sharingan, but he isn't in the Akatsuki or any of that. All Nagato wants is to have a peaceful village and to be someone that Naruto can look up to, because he didn't want to turn Konoha into some war village just like his original village, the Rain Village. Meanwhile, in the Rain Village though, the organization known as the Akatsuki, that Yahiko is the leader of, gets cornered by Hanzo's forces. In this timeline, like in the original, the Akatsuki is good at first before turning bad, but Yahiko is still the leader, so it's still good. Hanzo tells them that if Yahiko kills himself, then they'll all be let go. But the Akatsuki don't listen and charge at Hanzo's forces, with all of them dying except Konan and Yahiko. Hanzo looks down on them. The office is still up. All I need is you dead. He points at Yahiko. Yahiko then looks at Konan. I need you to run. Go find someone. Get Nagato. Yes, find him and tell him all about this. I'll be alright. I'll escape too. Conan reluctantly nods her head, and Yahiko then sends loads of fireball jutsus, making a smoke screen so that Conan can escape safely. She looks back as she sees Yahiko battling the remaining enemy shinobi, hoping that when she gets to Nagato, Yahiko will be alright. Now, I'll end it off here, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'm sorry if it was short, but just like all the part 1s that I do on What Ifs, it has to be short so I can set things up, and then the next parts after that will be longer, have more action. Just gonna be so hype. If you did enjoy, you better hit that like goal so you can get a new part of it. And like always, subscribe if you're new, hit that like button and turn on bell notifications. Again, thank you so much for 800 subscribers, guys. The grind is still on for 1k. And it's been a Blue Fang. Peace.
No, I gotta make it out the cold for the best show. Please don't try, never show my back. Bitch, don't cry, just move that tag. That's trash, thought I never really say this. Call my music on my ex-bitch playlist. Bitches say 613, that's the greatest. But I never see no niggas ever famous. Facts boy, leg boy, trash boy, trash boy.